Welcome back, guys, to Metaphor Refantazio, with the Necromancer takedown duration now over and done with. Of course, nothing happened. No day of calamity actually came. Well, it tried to come, but it was a bit premature, and the egg got smashed up for it. Meanwhile, Maria has gone missing now the deadline's been met and the Sanctists have made their proclamation, so we head out into town to look for the little girl. Have we tried Maria's actual room yet? Please look after Maria. You have my thanks. It'd be the good bait and switch, wouldn't it? Heard from Fabienne. What's this about Maria being gone? First I hear she's been holding herself in her room, and now this. You know, none of the regulars would complain if she closed up, given the circumstances. Sorry if you came here in search of a meal. I feel bad. So some people have new dialogue and others don't so much.
What?
This is Hulkenberg's room? Yeah. This is Maria's room. But she's out. I have an idea where I can find her. So that's all the extra bit we're getting about that. We can't invade to look for clues. Sneak around looking for things. But now we're just at a point where we're wondering where the game's going to go next. How the formula changes or moves on from this point. What is going to happen?
Whatever.
Maria. Oh, you mean that kid? Yeah, I saw her earlier. Really? Where was she headed? The stairs north of Sunshade Row. You know, by the general store? Didn't look to be running an errand, though.
Hey!
The general store. We might find someone else who saw her if we head over there. So I shall. For which route? That person's already been spoken to. There's some pigeons. Always gotta worry we're running over dead bodies instead of pigeons. I prefer to be running around live pigeons. You better not have seen Maria.
What you need?
The army apparently took care of that necromancer everyone's been talking about. You should have been judged here. That would have made everyone feel much better.
Ridiculous.
Did they find a body? This feels like the kind of place that would, like, string someone's dead body up as an example, saying we got them. And the fact that that hasn't happened.
This is alright.
Fancy a wager on who'll become the next king. I'm going all or nothing on Louise. I just had being forward, and sorry, but this will be easy money for me. Safe and boring, Pig, eh? I'm looking forward to the results.
Hey, mister!
Bet next king's gonna punish the bad tribes. You better run away, Eldar. They're gonna kill you. This kid's so nice. Most pleasant kid I've ever met. So you said somewhere around the store.
Hey, listen. Sorry to hurt.
Hello.
Hey!
Say, we're looking for a little girl. Have you seen anyone like that around here? Oh, could it be that half-blood? If so, then yes, I did see her. She was muttering Papa and looking all sad. I saw her go through the back alley. Maria, could she have gone to the Grand Cathedral? It's never good in a game when someone calls someone a half-blood, is it?
You sound like a damn.
Or in any fiction, literature, etc.
I'm out of ideas.
You're out of ideas, are you? Bet you didn't think very hard. Is there anyone worth talking to anywhere?
Oh, I'm in it now.
Mostly everyone has already been talked to, after all.
This is alright. No, how did I-
Man looking at King's Rock.
What in time?
Doesn't it seem like the face on the rock haven't moved? Think it's just going to be Sanctifex Forden in the end. If that would have happened, I feel bad for the previous king. Must have been loads of trouble putting this stone up too.
This is alright.
Do you think it's got like a... Do you think it updates on the regular? What do you reckon like the update schedule is? Every 10 minutes? Every 50 minutes? Every hour? Is it noticeable or is it like a super gradual change? Is it like real time? There are so many conversations around me.
What in time?
They say anyone can be king, but everyone knows it'll ultimately come down to Louise or Forden. It's hardly even a contest. The Sanctist Forden will most surely be crowned. Those stones are just another one of Louise's cruel tricks. No one wants Louise on the throne. The people support His Eminence Forden. Attitudes like yours are precisely what will give Louise a greater voice. I beg your pardon. Have you any idea how the poor feel? Your narrow minds will be your undoing. Louise is a fool, but he'll still be a beacon of hope for the city's outcasts. They both have their flaws, so I suppose you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone more promising.
Look at that.
Tensions seem high.
This is alright.
It's interesting to think in a world with like some kind of monarchy going on, and it'd be passed down from people to people. then maybe the straight up politics that are taking place in it right now are a lot different. I can't get past it. People will be newly experiencing that kind of stuff. Do you know that little half-blood girl? You can't let a girl like that walk the streets alone. You're just asking for trouble. Huh, she just went inside. Wait, you let her pass? Why? The way her eyes looked. I'd not be the one to stop her now. She'd been coming to pray for a while, no matter how many glares she gets. They let her in?
Huh? Why?
I mean, why not? I don't know what to say to you. I think we know why she's here. Everyone's worried about you.
Everyone was worried about you.
Sorry. Papa hasn't come home. And I always come here whenever I'm feeling lonely. One time he came here to get me. I remember because he called my name. But I pray, and he still doesn't come back. Maybe because the cathedral is broken?
Maria.
Miss Fabienne says Papa can't come home anymore. But I know Papa's gone away. He's gone somewhere I'll never see him again. Hasn't he? It's going to be so lonely. The loneliest it's ever been. But I have to be strong, don't I? But if it gets any lonelier, I don't know if I can do it.
I'm sorry. I promised we'd all come back together.
Why does everyone always leave? Mum was sick. The king and prince are gone. And now Papa? Why does everyone always leave? Is it my fault? I really did my best to be a good girl, but...
It's not our fault either. It's definitely not yours, though.
That's not why.
He's right, Maria. It's not your fault at all.
Listen to me, all right? Your father, he was fighting a very bad man. We were with him, but we couldn't protect him. I'm sorry.
I remember Papa saying something like that. He said, a really bad man might be our king. Is that part of it?
I'll say it'll work out. But it's also something for her to not worry about. She can't really change that, or can she?
It'll work out somehow. I'm sure of it.
I hope the next king is as nice as you. Then maybe things won't always be so sad.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. The prince told me that once.
I think I understand the king's intentions now. Maybe this is the sort of tragedy he was trying to end. Maybe he wanted a world where the crown goes to one who acts like a king ought to. Not whoever's willing to spill the most blood to do it.
You may be right, but much as we wish it, this is not a fight that might be ended through words alone.
Even so, we have to try.
Maria, you're safe. Oh, you had me worried sick.
I'm sorry for leaving on my own.
No, it's all right.
Miss Fabienne, I'm hungry.
Maria, yes, that's right. Let's all sit down for some supper together. Thank you for finding her.
It looks like she's worked things out.
She's a strong girl.
But we've more troubles ahead. How now do we resolve this curse upon His Highness?
If Luis is the curse's caster, we've got to kill him to dispel it. So how do we do that if he's shielded by the king himself?
I wish I could report back, but the prince is still asleep, and we're losing time. I don't think going back to the village is an option.
We cannot lose faith yet. There must be some further course we can pursue.
Well, there's the church's announcement. I expect they're trying to stop a wave of rival candidates from flooding the standings. I doubt the church would accept this popularity contest if they didn't already have a plan to game it.
True enough. I can only wonder at their aims. For today, we should content ourselves with rest and recovery.
Sorry, did I wake you? Laying here, I always end up caught in my own thoughts. Grius and Maria. The prince. Just thinking in circles again. Not good, is it?
Yeah, I'm not awake for this, Matt. Can you, I was asleep. Can you please stop talking to me? We can talk about this in the morning. And that's my honest response. But I'll say let's think about it together.
Let's think about it together.
Keeping me company, are you? You really are a strange one. My kind of strange, if I'm honest. That book, is that the novel you're always carrying around? Feels like months ago now that I spotted you buried in it on the carriage ride to the fort.
I'm not going to ask him straight up, can he read? He's a noble, he probably had the education.
Want to read it?
If you don't mind, since we've finally some room to breathe. Oh, interesting. It's written through the lens of a fictional land. This bit's about the Utopia's security. In this world, there is no blood-stained contest for sovereignty. The people choose their sovereign from among themselves. One cannot put a sovereign to the sword to seize power. Such an act would be met with scorn and judged as murder. Taking power or wealth by force is seen as the most shameful of transgressions. Couldn't be further from reality, could it? We've a kingslayer on the brink of seizing the throne right now. And this idea of competing for public support. Here it sounds so commonplace, but the idea's thrown us all into chaos. Interesting. Perhaps I'm overthinking, but it sounds almost like the aim of the king's magic. You suppose there's some common inspiration? Still, I don't imagine this would turn out well in the real world. In public opinion, tribal perspective always divides us. Besides, does a decision made by the people guarantee it's right? Tribal squabbles aren't always political. Take us Clamars, for example. It can be hard for us to see outside the bubble of our own worldview. We're the majority, and the tribe of the royal bloodline besides. That privilege can make us insensitive. A problem with no easy solution, I fear. Lofty words. I can hardly come to terms with my own ideals. Still, the discussions helped clear my head a little. Thank you. I've been so fixated on killing Luis, but maybe we could look into whether that's really the only way to lift the curse. Sleep should come easier now. I think I'll give it another chance. Wait, how long have you been asleep?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Stop waking me up.
Ladies and gents, have you heard the news? The curtain's about to rise on the show of a lifetime. To choose our new ruler, we're going to give all of you a chance to take center stage in a show of power for the whole kingdom. And we call it the Tournament for the Throne! Our aspirants will set out on a grand tour of the 3 allied nations' capitals, taking part in a variety of exciting trials. First, we have the Exhibition of the Brave. Slay a monster plaguing our fair people and bring its head to Oceania's capital in time. Biggest find takes the win. Official word is, this event's open to all. So what do you think, ladies and gents? Are you in it to watch, or in it to win?
After all, why call us so early in the morning? What is that journal?
I had Fabienne bring it up. Something occurred to me, so I asked her to go through Grius' personal effects.
Hey, looks like he was investigating the curse too.
There's a note here. Given the spell's complexity, it must have required a scribed formula.
You mean to suggest Luis possesses a written composition of the curse somewhere? And if we can find that...
Yes! I'd wager, even if we can't kill Luis, we might still have a shot at breaking the curse.
But that attack took place years ago, didn't it? This curse's formula could be lost for good.
We have little choice but to hope it's not. I'm not saying it would be easy. And the real trick will be finding it. We wouldn't leave it unprotected.
That reminds me. A crier for the church was handing these out.
A flyer for the Tournament for the Throne. This popularity contest is state-sponsored now. An interesting gamble for those politicians. I like the bit about all this being in the interest of fairness, those weasels. But saying it's being organized by the state. The throne's empty. This smells like the theocracy at work. Probably Forden himself.
You think Forden's looking to fix the competition in his favor? He's been in first place this whole time.
In the interest of fairness, remember? If he wins a fair race, he gets legitimized, and Luis gets put on the back foot.
That bodes ill. Those with existing support could easily solidify their claim. Even should His Highness wake, he may lose the throne.
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk. What are we supposed to do?
We need a plan and then we can take action. We need to stop making so many assumptions. As an elder, I'm an outcast in this city. I think that gives us an advantage here. I mean, actually, yes. You will be easily recognized and remembered by everyone. I guess we enter the tournament for the throne.
Let's enter this tournament for the throne.
Huh? Hey, were you even listening to us? Besides, the prince isn't exactly in a position to take part in...
Wait. It sounds crazy, but I think he might be onto something there. This could be just the excuse we need to get close to Luis. He doesn't care about your tribe so long as you prove capable, yes? That's what Zorba was saying. Which means, even though the world looks down on you as an elder, having the power to kill humans puts you in his good graces.
You're going to make him a candidate for the throne?
If all we need to do is get Luis's attention, then that's sure to get the job done. If we're lucky, he might even try to recruit us.
I see. An undercover operation, is it? Quite a gambit. But it may well be our best chance at finding this formula.
Just hold on a second. Getting Luis's attention is all well and good. But remember who's actually risking their life here.
Infiltrating Luis's ranks will be dangerous. If I'm found out, I'll be as good as dead.
What do you think? Having heard all this, do you want to enter the running?
Seems like the only option. It's fate.
No point fighting my fate.
Your courage is admirable.
Right.
I'm reminded of the words the prince spoke to me in our youth.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. No matter who someone is, they deserve a fair country. If it's to help achieve that, I will stand for the prince as a candidate for the throne.
Sheesh. So much for being a guide. Now you're the one leading me around.
Your resolve has marked you a fine fit for the role. I have trusted you with my life before, and would gladly do so again.
I inherited Grius' journal.
Good heavens. Haven't you put yourself in enough danger? Listen to me. I don't want you going down the same path he did. Are you really this set on running off again?
I don't know if I should say that. But why not? It just sounds a bit too... I can't. It's too pompous. I'll just say yes.
Yes. I've got a job to do.
Familiar words. I'll be cheering for you in this mess of a competition. Truth be told, I wish I could do more than feed and shelter you.
What's the competition?
It's a big, grand race to see who will be the next king. The whole country will be watching.
So you're going to try and become king? Wow! Then I'll cheer for you as loud as I can.
You have your first advocate, it seems.
Suppose you'll have to actually try for the throne now, eh? Your Majesty.
It's fine, I ate those meats, so I'm already got my leg up, I guess. I'll never actually succeed.
That was the plan from the start.
That's the spirit.
Well, if we want Luis to notice you, we'll have to make quite a stir among the people. Maybe reaching for the throne will do it.
Does that mean you're not coming back?
No, we'll be back. Although we might be a while.
I don't like when it gets lonely.
Maria.
But I'll be cheering for you. I hope you win the race. You'd be a good king.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
Now, we'd best get registration out of the way, but we'll need some legs for the journey. It's mostly lawless wastes between cities.
Judging by this specified deadline, we are unlikely to reach the Principality of Oceana's capital in time on foot.
I bet all these fancy nobles have their own gauntlet runners to ride in.
A carriage might save our chances, if we could find one. Perhaps we split up for now. I'll leave you two to the registration. They should be taking entrance at the recruitment center.
They already shifted things into their favor.
This should be the place, right?
Excuse us, we're looking to join the tournament for the throne.
Aye? Bit young, ain't ya? And who's the kid? He with you?
I'm asking the questions here. Now I'm the one entering. That'll surprise him more.
I'm the one entering.
You? Really?
I've not heard of any age restrictions. They're a problem?
Well, I'd not have thought it, but you're an elder, ain't ya? And you want to be king. Well, the novelty of it might win you some looks.
Could you just do your job, please? Can he register or not?
Ah, an elder. Now that I think of it, weren't you in that pack of recruits that went off to the northern fort? Thought I heard they were all wiped out. What? We got a deserter turning up?
No, they said he'd just dragged the company down, so they left him at the capital. He, got on the captain's bad side.
Could swear I've seen you before, too. Well, hardly matters with no captain to verify it with. Go on, then. You can represent the lesser tribes so nobody complains.
Whew. That was a close one.
And, obviously, you're gonna need a carriage. Otherwise, the whole thing's off for you. You're obligated to attend the opening ceremony tomorrow. It'll be at the plaza at the Grand Cathedral. Don't be late.
We'll have to hope Hulkenberg can find us a carriage.
As for us, I expect we should see about finding a monster to slay. If it's not impressive enough, Luis won't look twice at you.
Some postings over there. They should be offering bounties on monsters the guard can't handle. Let's take a look.
Looks like everyone else had the same idea.
One of these bounties is bound to make me stand out. But which? Bigger is probably better.
Hang on! There's nothing but small-time contracts here! You lot here for this tournament, then? Bit slow, I'm afraid. Most of my worthiest monster bills have already been snapped up by other competitors.
How about requests on anything aside from monsters? Bounties include criminals too, right?
I suppose I've got one of those, yeah.
Let's see. Ugh, he's horrible. Heismay, a villainous kidnapper. Looks like the army's been trying to catch him for a while now.
This might just be perfect.
You have any idea who that is? That man's an elite. An ex-royal knight, they say. It makes short work of a scrawny little urchin, you can be sure of that. Besides, didn't you hear what it is they're actually looking for?
Oh, of course. It's about whoever can bring in the biggest monster head, right?
If you imbeciles can't even get that straight, you've no chance at winning. They want kingly types, not children play acting.
Stuck-up little... Is that the kind of competition we can expect?
He was right about the rules, though. What are you thinking?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
We're supposed to get a monster's head. So why are you going for a criminal? Any idea what he's up to?
Maybe he has a big head. Somewhat doubtful, but to stop his evil deeds.
Maybe he just wants to stop the criminal's evil deeds.
We've got more important things to worry about.
Don't worry, I'll explain everything later.
As long as you can convince Hulkenberg, I guess.
Ho there! Are you really taking the bounty on Heismay? You three must be heaven sent. Please, would you listen to our plight? Your pardon, gentlemen. I'm Barton, a guard captain for Matira, a town to the south. The bounty on Heismay is up at my behest.
A guard captain? This fellow's made some powerful enemies.
We can't afford lenience. On top of his past crimes, Heismay has stooped to abducting our wee ones. Our children. Selling them off, some say. If our city becomes known for nightly disappearances, what sane resident would stay? Community and trade will dwindle and die.
But he's just a lone kidnapper, right? Even if he's some infamous criminal, why can't the guard handle it?
That's the trouble. He makes his hideout somewhere too dangerous for our soldiers to tread. Deep in the territory of vicious giant worms. We've no idea how he manages to operate out there without getting devoured himself.
I see. Tricky problem indeed.
I'd no choice but to swallow my pride and post a bounty. Yet no matter how many times I renew the bill, none have taken it. A pitiful sight, isn't it? A soldier who can't protect his home, whether by strength or by surrender. Laugh if you must.
I mean, we want to help you.
We just want to help you.
You only cast away your honor in the name of protection. Nothing pitiful in that. Swallow your pride no more, man. We'll take your contract.
Ah, thanks to you. That you'd accept such a perilous request, even with this tournament looming over everything. Closure, thank you all. And thank God for bringing you to me. In that case, we shall meet in Matira, the old castle town. Please, make haste.
Well, no backing out of this now. You sure this is what we want?
Way I see it, if we want to make a big impact this late, it's going to take some creativity. Besides, this is apparently a knight-turned-kidnapper. The man can't be allowed to go on. What would His Royal Highness do in our place?
I guess that's fair.
I'll convince Hulkenberg. Somehow. You go on and accept the contract.
Ooh, new stuff in the memorandum. Matira, the old castle town. A town southwest of Grand Trade off the main road, developed from a town originally formed around Krigante Castle, a military stronghold of the Annex War. The town's distance from the main road gives it a sense of isolation, and some say a certain gloom, one of Ukrainia's closest towns to the Oceanian border, which made it a cornerstone of Ukrainia's defense against Oceania during the Annex War. That's so weird. It's like someone moaning or something in the room that's coming from... The weird voices, they're really distracting. It's really quiet, but still you can hear them in the background. The relatively flat terrain affords the castle's watchtower a clear view of the town's environs. Any movement or mobilization from Oceania was thus immediately observed, making it impossible to launch a surprise attack on the town, especially as the war predated the invention of the swift, powerful gauntlet runners of modern fame. However, its time as the keystone of Ukrainia's front line has long since passed into history. What's making the weird noises? You guys are? You're gonna accept that bounty on Heismay, right? Let's go ask the recruiter. Oh, so we still haven't actually asked yet then. There's only one requirement to register at the recruitment center, be from Grand Trad. To be in the opening ceremony, you have to declare yourself a resident. Oceana and Montalio have their own registries. Well, I suppose that keeps it fair. And hey, mind your own business, Elder. If I keep eavesdropping, you'll remember me.
True.
If a guard captain is struggling with this bounty, then I say it's the perfect target for us. I don't think many would take it out from under us, but you may as well grab the request besides. Makes it official. Some too late. All the eye-catching potions are already taken. A bounty need not be a person. If I procure the head of some horrific monster like a human, my family's name will be known to the world in no time. Hold on a moment, please. Isn't besting a monstrosity like that a bit more complicated? You're a bit old, but maybe powerful. I don't know. Oh, what's a whippersnapper like you doing here? Don't tell me, are you actually thinking of participating in the tournament for the throne? Oh, the audacity of youth. That's rich, a mere fledgling with no history or experience to speak of as king. The idea makes me sick to my stomach.
Oh, thank you.
The ideal leader of this country is a dignified man of a great age, one with years of experience, and yet upstart schoolchildren like you and Luis dare to. The only thing that's older than this codger is his endless complaints. Let's just ignore him and head to the reception desk. I suppose he's a candidate too. I mean, he was on the wooden stockade, whatever, talking about the youth being crap and engaging all the elderly.
What in the blaze?
Think. Beat down Gauntlet around and like my dads can't handle much. But if I really want to be king, I gotta go big and nab something that'll stand out at the exhibition. Our real target seems to be worms, doesn't it? What a bunch of idiots. It's almost laughable. I think they have a shot at becoming king. Yeah, what a bunch of jokers. Hey, would it be alright if we accepted the bounty contact for Heismay? Heismay, you sure you can handle that? We can't be held liable if you get yourself killed out there. Surely I can. You're an odd one, alright? Either that or you're just green. Head to Martira. You can probably get more information there.
Let's focus.
No deadline. 4 diamonds of difficulty and 100,000 in cash. Increases courage too.
Let's call it.
Okay, we got the contract. Let's head back to the inn for now.